There's an old saying, there's two sides to every story. So I thought I would come on here and tell mine. Now I thought long and hard about what I'm gonna say, and because I said the words long and hard, they're probably gonna make a sexual joke out of that. Oh, look out, ladies and gentlemen. Here come the immature penis jokes. Here they come. I can see it coming now. In case you don't understand what I'm talking about, there's a group out there called the BananaLaser and another group called the Skeleton Crew. They are a bunch of internet radio podcast makers. And they use their show to talk trash about people that disagree with them. I'll tell you the names since they want to drop names. The podcast known as the BananaLaser is run by a guy named Dave Zendano. And then on the Skeleton Crew you have Alex Edwards and some chick named Jamie Jenkins. I might be getting the groups backwards, but it really doesn't matter because they all run in the same circle. They made a podcast about me, and I'll put the link in the description box in case my haters want to listen to it, because I know you will. Anything that'll bring me down, you're all for it. But I'll put the link in there anyway. I also want to give a shout out to a channel called Jack Napier, the Joker. He makes good YouTube videos. He does really good Superman and Batman tributes. Hey Jack, how you doing? I want to bring up something that you mentioned, Jack. You said to me one time, it's really annoying how people do something to you and troll you, but then they make it seem like they're the ones that were victimized. They make it seem like you did something to them. You're right about that, because I've dealt with those kinds of people before, in the form of Michael Frost Darko, aka Miguel Garcia, who's doing it now. See, he's the one that went around trolling me and stalking me for a year, but then somehow he wanted to turn it all around and make it seem like I was doing something to him. I can't stand people like that. And that's the kind of people I'm dealing with now. Let me tell you guys what happened. First of all, some dude named Dave Zendano asked to join my group Horror in Haddonfield. I don't even remember who let him in the group or who told them about the group. I think he said he was searching horror groups. You know, he typed in horror, Michael Myers, Halloween, and he didn't search it because he wanted to join a group and talk with the other Halloween fans. No, he only searched it because he was looking for a place to promote his stupid podcast, because that's all he ever does. The first thing he'll do is say, hey, watch my podcast. And then if you say, hey, I don't like Friday the 13th, and he'll say something stupid like, hey, just watch the podcast. Dude, nobody wants to watch your podcast. It's boring. That's the truth. Since you want to lay the truth out on the table and you want to degrade me and my channel and my Facebook group, nobody likes your stupid podcast. Except the idiots who run in your circle. I get more views than you on YouTube, since you want to put everything on the table. They're a bunch of glorified Friday the 13th fans who get butthurt just because you don't agree with them. Oh, if you don't agree, well, you must be gay. Let me ask you something. Now, the psychiatrists often say that the people who have something wrong with them, they take it and they project it on the other people. So let me say this. Is it possible that you're the gay ones? Because you keep bringing up that word. And if you don't bring it up directly, you insinuate it, you imply it. So maybe they're the ones that's gay. It's just an interesting thought because they keep doing that. Why are you so obsessed with people's penises? Did something happen to you when you were a kid? Because you keep bringing that up. They were just angry, guys, because nobody would listen to their stupid Friday the 13th podcast, so they got butthurt and started making gay jokes and arguing with people in the group. Every time somebody would post a thread about Halloween or whatever, they would have to say, "Oh, here comes another Halloween fanboy." The group is called Horror in Haddonfield. What did you think you were going to see? It's not called Welcome Friday the 13th fanboys. Why can't you get it through your head that we just don't like the movie? We don't hate it. We just think Halloween is better. That's all. It's no big deal. Let me tell you a little bit about the ringleader, Alex Edwards. First of all, I didn't even know he was in my group. I didn't even know who he was. He starts posting in there, again, like Dave, his podcast. And then he says, "Hey guys, you keep talking about how Adam Green is going to direct Halloween. Well, look at this video and find out." So I replied and I said, "Nobody wants to see that stupid crap." I didn't say crap, I said the other thing. I just can't tell you what I said because there are people around. But when I say crap, you get the idea about what I really mean. So I said, "Nobody wants to see that stupid crap." And then he said, "Hey, why do you keep spamming?" First of all, I can do what I want. It's my group. You don't see me coming in your group and asking you why you keep spamming things. Did I ask you why you keep spamming when you kept posting your stupid podcast in my group? No, even though that's what you were doing. You just came in the group to promote yourselves. Do I promote myself? Yes. I don't deny that. But don't sit there on your little radio show acting like you came into the group as a Halloween fan. Because you didn't. You came in the group looking for confrontation. That's what you came there for. Because you can't accept the fact that everybody doesn't share your opinion about Friday the 13th. That bothers you. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Basically, yeah, Alex was like, "Hey, stop spamming everything." And then I was like, "Hey, watch how you talk to me. I'm the admin. Don't talk to me that way." And then once I found out who he was, I tried to be civil about it. I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. My bad." I assumed he was some kind of celebrity, because if he was able to interview Adam Green, I figured he must have had connections. And because I assume he was a celebrity, he makes fun of me for it? Let me ask you a question, Alex. How is assuming you're a celebrity a bad thing? Isn't that a good thing? What's funny about that? That just goes to show that you're literally retarded. Your brain is undeveloped. You make no sense. I complimented you, you idiot. I said, "Oh, he must be a celebrity." Why is that bad? Your logic makes no sense. So ironically, it isn't logic. On to the next person, Dave Zendano. Dave, what is a banana laser? I don't even know what that is. At least Alex had a better name for his podcast, The Skeleton Crew. We know what skeletons are. But what is a banana laser? Nobody even knows what that is. I could ask all my fans, "Hey guys, you know what a banana laser is?" I bet you won't. It sounds like a science fiction movie where some guy has a bunch of bananas at a radioactive power plant. and they all come to life and kill people or something. I don't know, but that's what it sounds like. But basically, he comes in there and, like Alex, all he does is spam his podcast. And then if you don't agree with him, like Alex, he says, oh, they must be a bunch of fanboys. A bunch of Halloween fanboys. Actually, a fanboy would imply that you're obsessed with every single aspect of the franchise. And since I don't like H2O, wouldn't that mean that I'm not a fanboy? Think about what you're saying. See, I'm doing this response not out of evil or malice. I'm doing it because you guys have the potential to do something great with your radio show. But instead of doing something great with it, instead of using it to bring smiles to the faces of millions of listeners, you use it to trash people and make fun of people. Why don't you use it for something good? Did that ever cross your mind? Did you ever think about the people you could help with that podcast? You sure put a smile on my face when I was having a bad day. I'll admit that. You guys are great, but you're not using it to your full potential. You just want to use it to hurt people who disagree with you or think differently than you do. And that's not right. Dave, you're not even worth talking about because you conveniently left out the fact that you threatened to shut my group down. You didn't mention that on your little podcast, did you, Dave? No. Because people like you are all the same. They never tell on themselves. They never tell what they do. Did he tell you that, Jamie? Did he tell you that he threatened me? And that's why I kicked him out of the group? I'll bet you he didn't. On to Jamie Jenkins. Instead of coming to me like a woman, what do? You go on the radio show and you talk about me. Instead of coming to me like a woman and saying, listen, Myers fan, I understand that you like Halloween, but that's not really something I like to talk about. It's not my cup of tea. That's all you had to say, Jamie, and I would have dropped the subject. But instead, you had to go behind my back and talk trash about me. All she said, guys, is this. She was like, every time I talk to him, he seemed cool, but then it goes right back to Halloween. I'm the Michael Myers fanatic, you moron. What else would I talk about? That's the dumbest argument I ever heard. That's like going to a wrestling show and saying all they do is talk about wrestling. Look up my name, idiot. It says the Myers fan. Some people call me the Myers fanatic. So, of course, the #1 topic on my channel is going to be Michael Myers. Think about what you said. And then she made the joke about how I mentioned pumpkin pie. Let me explain that. It might have been a corny joke when I said, do you think Michael Myers eats pumpkin pie? But I only said that for the sake of Halloween. It was a Halloween joke. Maybe it was a bad joke, but it was a joke nonetheless. So next time, Jamie, when you have a problem with somebody, why don't you try talking about it with them instead of going on a stupid radio show and doing it? Big, bad, tough radio people. Keyboard warriors. Things that you would never say to people in their face. And so you do it behind a keyboard and a microphone. I hate keyboard warriors. They think they're so tough online, but they would never say it to your face. Men aren't men anymore. As far as H2O goes, everybody knows that I hate that movie. I never said I was doing a review. It says on the title, Halloween H2O sucks. And in parentheses, it says rant. So if it says rant, I think the viewer or listener knows what they're getting into. They know it's going to be a rant. I said, why does she walk on glass? They zoomed in on the glass to let you know that somebody had been in the house. How is that scary? That's not scary. People's houses get broken into all the time. I just said Halloween H2O wasn't a scary movie. There was nothing scary about it. I even watched it in my house with all the lights off when I was a kid. It still wasn't scary. Mr. Sandman, yes, bring me a dream. It's stupid. You can say whatever you want to say, Alex. The movie is retarded. And again, you do the same thing. I send you the link to the video telling you I didn't like H2O. But instead of talking to me like a man, you did the same thing that your idiot friend Jamie did. You went behind my back and did the radio show, and you did it so you could humiliate me in front of your listeners. And you call that a podcast? That's not a podcast, bro. You used your show to tear me down. So in fact, you're a troll, when in reality, it was just an excuse to get on there and talk trash about me. And you call yourselves horror fans. People like you guys are what's wrong with horror today. You make all horror fans look like idiots. I don't even want to be called a horror fan anymore, because then it'll seem like I'm in the same group as you guys. You're not horror fans. You're trolls, because anytime somebody disagrees with you, there you go. You gotta make a penis joke. Like when I said I wanted to discuss something with an admin on Skype. Oh, what kind of discussion do you want to have? Implying that I wanted to have sex with a guy. Typical white trash humor. You can tell they're Rob Zombie fans. They got the same sense of humor as he does. Anytime somebody disagrees with you, you just call them a sexual slur. Typical stuff. That's all you do. Anytime somebody disagrees, think of a sexual joke. And then they have the nerve to say, hey, thank God I sleep with a woman at night. What is this weird obsession with sex? You guys need to get out and get lives and get off the computer. Whatever it is you're doing at home, stop doing it. It's making you look and sound like idiots. And Jamie, you want to portray me as being weird, but you're the one that goes around here baking cakes that look like Jason Voorhees. But I'm the weird one? What are you, like in your 30s and you're baking cakes that look like a fictional horror movie character? Grow up. Have some kids or something. And if you already have kids, why don't you raise them and stop worrying about people you don't even know? You don't even know me. Get a life. All of you. Thank God that you're still alive. Do something with the lives that He gave you. Instead of talking trash about people on the internet.